All right, let's go ahead and get things underway. Hey everyone, welcome. Spidey Librarian here, and you guys know the purpose of this stream. We're going to go ahead and do a little unboxing today. Interesting that this unboxing occurs one scant week. Hold on, I'm adjusting the microphone position real quick. There we go. Yeah, I was on mute. I was on mute, and that was by design. So about a week ago, I do this stream every Friday night called Film First Friday. And this month on my channel, the channel theme is anime because I don't have a lot of experience with anime. So I was watching the movie Ponyo for the very first time last Friday when I get a message from Steve on the chat going, Spidey, you're never going to believe this. And at first I was watching the movie, so I couldn't really like address it directly. I just kind of smiled at him and said, hey. And then he goes, you won the video game monthly prize on Matt Cave's channel. And I'm like I'm sitting there, I'm still trying to watch the movie, but I'm just sitting there thinking, wait, what? Did I win again on Matt Cave's channel? And to those of you who are members of Matt Cave's channel and subscribers, first of all, thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming by. But if you know anything about, I guess, my history with the drawings on his channel, I have been extremely lucky. I've been so incredibly, extremely lucky. And it's just kind of one of those situations where I think a lot of people were saying you need to buy a lottery ticket. And you know what? Maybe I will this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Because again, the first time that I won something big on his channel, it's the Hyperkin Retron 5 console, which I've got right here next to the next to this. Okay. And because I won that console, I basically have been buying a bunch of retro Spider-Man games this year, and I've been playing them at least on a monthly basis on my channel because I got that I got that console because I won that console due to Matt Cave. So first of all, Matt Cave and I have been friends for a few years at this point. I think we met, when was it, my friend? Was it 2022? I want to say it was like 2022, maybe 2021. And I'm pretty sure it was during a Super Metroid live stream that I was doing. And that was, I sound a little far away. Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can bring the microphone a little bit closer. All right, let me see what everyone is saying. Did I hit Matt Cave with a horseshoe one? I don't think so. At least not in real life. Now, believe it or not, Matt Cave and I have never met in real life. I guess that's not terribly hard to believe in this day and age. Um, but he and I have been friends and just kind of chatting with each other for at least a good 3 years at this point. And really, I've had the opportunity to, because when Matt Cave and I met, I think our channels were about the same size, and I've had the opportunity and the privilege to watch as Matt Cave's channel has just blown up. He went from like maybe having about 500 subscribers at the time that I met him to what is it right now? Have you hit 30K yet, Matt Cave? I know you're close. So and really, I've just been so happy and so proud of him. As soon as he was able to monetize his channel, I purchased a membership. I'm like, this guy is a good dude. He is someone who is unfailingly uh, polite and welcoming on his streams, and he's very helpful. And I really love his content. I don't get out to as many of his streams as I would like to because I'm often doing my own live streams, but whenever I can, I do pop in and I do try to say hello and see how he's doing. So do I sound better? Okay, good, good. I mean the microphone wasn't that much further away, but man, every little inch makes a difference, doesn't it? In any case, 29K right now, nice. Congratulations, my friend. Anyways, so yeah, this is the second time that I have won uh, a raffle, I guess, on his channel, a drawing, whatever we want to call these things. And so, as I received this just yesterday, and I'm pretty sure um, this was on the box when he showed it to you guys. It's the same box. I took the USPS packaging off. I didn't think it would be that interesting for you guys to see me open that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open this tonight. And I just wanted to take a moment before we did it to just say thank you to Matt Cave again. My friendship with you is one of the reasons that I it's one of the reasons I stay on YouTube. It's one of the reasons that that I stick around and that I keep going because I've gotten such good advice from him over the years. He's been a great friend, and again, like he's one of the good people that I've met on YouTube that I've just been like, I need to stick around and continue doing this. So before we get to the opening, I just want to say hi to everyone that is on chat, starting with Matt Cave, who, as it turns out, has a very nice looking platinum spider by his name. Matt Cave is also a member of my channel. Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate it very much. And you know, just thank you for being here. This is going to be fun, and again, I just want to thank you for this. Let me see. I We are also joined by the Lord of Forbidden Decks. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel and the chat. And then, of course, we have CG Anime Fan, who is one of my regulars, one of my regular listeners. Good to see you here, my friend. Thank you, guys. And we're going to go ahead and get this opening underway. So we're going to go ahead and move over to an overlay that I call gaming on the fly. I usually use this for just kind of like when I do Let's Play streams these days. And so we're going to go ahead and use this. I've modified it a little bit. And actually, one thing I do want to do that I have not yet had the opportunity to do is I want to pop the live chat into this overlay. So I'm just going to take a very quick moment to do that. Thank you, OBS, for being relatively easy to use in that way. So yeah, you guys should be able to see at least some of the chat during this. So if you want to see yourself on screen, keep on talking. So, okay. Anyways, as you can see, I took a page out of Matt Cave's playbook, and I have set up another camera, and I have got this thing positioned so to where I can open it, and we still can't see what is inside. I have basically tried to keep it angled and away, so that way we can just kind of go in and just do it the way I saw Matt Cave do his opening, where he didn't know. So we're going to do that. And I think for this time, at least just this one time, I'm going to go ahead and remove one of my Spider-Man gloves. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because even though uh, I don't know what is in the box, this is my first time opening it right there. I want to at least be able to clue it in with my sense of touch. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. So let me just go ahead and see what everyone is saying. Lord of Forbidden Deck says, and he got some of us hooked on games like Final Fantasy VII. I've seen a couple of those streams, and for me, the only Final Fantasy game I've played is the first one. I'll get into the others at some point, though. No, I did not get a haircut. Matt Cave has literally no idea what games are in the box. Could be anything from Atari 2600 all the way to the PlayStation 4. So I'm just going to say this. I was about 5 years old when my parents got an Atari 2600 in my house. So I was raised from pretty much the cradle of gaming to today. So, okay. All right. I've got my hands on something. It's papery. It feels like it could be a sticker or something. There might be several somethings. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one of them out. And let's see what it is. Okay. So it looks like this is from the Video Game Monthly. We hope you enjoy your latest box. Please update your library on the website by adding these games and any other games you may have acquired. All updates to your gaming library must be made 7 business days prior to the end of the month. I guess this is to make sure that you are not going to get like the same game when you do it. Which is, I mean, really nice policy. I really didn't know much about Video Games Monthly until I started watching Matt Cave's unboxings, and I'm like, this is a pretty cool company. Win 3 games. Post your box to social media for a chance to win 3 free games in your next box. Video Games Monthly chooses one random winner every month. That's very, very cool. So, very nice little card. I like it quite a bit. There, view there and a view there. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put that down. But there were other things here too. So let me see. All right. We got something else here that's also on the papery side. Let's just have a quick look. All right. And oh, hey, this looks familiar, doesn't it, Matt Cave? Look at this. Didn't you get this guy during your last unboxing? It's like it's a Luigi kind of like a Mr. Potato Head where you can just like change the expressions and everything. So these are really cool. I remember seeing him get one of those and I'm like, "Oh man. Oh, that's nice." So yeah, we got the Mario's a friendly brother, Luigi. Hello. Here we go. So very nice. Excellent. Duplicate sticker sheet. Send it back to Matt Cave so each of his kids can have. You never know, it might. I mean, I don't use stickers a lot, so anything could happen here. So, all right. Those cards are a nice reminder to keep your list up to date when signed up for VGM. Yeah, no, and I went and checked out the site the other day and I was like, oh wow, so you not only choose your platforms and everything, but when you get a game, you can actually mark it off. I thought that was really cool. So, all right. Okay, so I think we are beyond the paper products for now. Okay, we've got something here. If I had to guess, I'm thinking we're looking at an NES game pack here. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. It feels like one. Okay. All right. Yes, it is. Ooh. Oh, this is a classic. Okay. All right. Is anyone here other than me familiar with Spy Hunter? Anyone ever played that game? I remember playing Spy Hunter when it was in arcade games. When it was a coin op um arcade game that you could play. But the basis of the game is essentially um you're essentially kind of like in a James Bond style car. It's got weapons and you can pick up weapons and you're trying to get from one point to the other, and basically you have other enemy cars that are trying to stop you. They've got assassins coming out and like shooting at you and stuff like that, and so you can deploy things like missiles, bullets, smoke screens, oil slicks, and stuff like that. So this is great. This is a really good get for I mean again, uh, no matter what system you have. I happen to have the Hyperkin Retron 5, and so I do have the means to play this game. And I guess before we go any further, I should probably let you guys know what my retro gaming means are. Um, so with the Hyperkin Retron 5, I can play Nintendo, like NES games. I can play Super NES games, Sega Genesis, or I guess Mega Drive, as some people call it. Let me think. I think I can play Super Famicom, and then I can play pretty much any Game Boy game. That's Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. And I have tested that port out with all three types of cartridges, and they all work. I happen to have Spider-Man games from every iteration of the Game Boy for the Retron 5 now. So Matt Cave, because of that Retron 5, I think I probably spent about 150 bucks on old Spider-Man games this year. So thank you for that. So, all right, and it says that Lord of Forbidden Decks has a random question: do I play Magic: The Gathering? He asks because the next set of cards coming out is based in the Spider-Man universe. Magic: The Gathering, really? And I mean, I don't play Magic: The Gathering, but wow, I might have to go out and buy some of those just to keep them as collector's items. I don't know. And for those of you that are not here regularly on the channel, It's probably not easy to see behind me, but I do basically have a wall of Spider-Man Funko Pops behind me. I've also got a Spider-Man cardboard standee. Um, yeah, I'm a little bit of a Spider fan, you might have guessed. So, all right. If there's a Spider-Man game in this box, we all need to buy lotto tickets. You would be so correct. You would be absolutely correct. That would be, I don't know, that would be VGM knocking it out of the park in a way that would seem almost scary. So, okay, if I had to guess, this next game feels like it's either Sega Genesis or probably Nintendo 64. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is N64. This is holy moly. Um okay. Does anybody want to tell me what they think this is, because I have a guess, but I cannot be certain. Is this the is this the original Super or Smash Bros? And it looks like a Japanese port. Is this what we're looking at here? Because oh my god. Oh my freaking god. That is flipping amazing. Now, I've actually played Super Smash Bros, like the original one, on the for the Nintendo 64, but I haven't played it on the Nintendo 64. It was basically like through an emulator. So this is very interesting to me. This looks like it's Smash Bros, because it looks like these are the original Smash Bros fighters here. And let's see, Matt Cave says that it is a Japan import. Holy crap. All right. Yeah, yeah, Lord of Forbidden Decks. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like this looks like the original lineup from Smash Bros. So that is crazy. Again, like what? This is two games, and I mean, I don't have I don't have a Nintendo 64, and I don't have a Nintendo 64 like console emulator or anything like that. But not gonna lie, I might go get one so that I can play this, because this looks like, I don't know. I mean, I've got to imagine from a collection standpoint, this is probably a pretty good get. Um, I don't know. I can't say with any authority, but damn, like I'm looking at it and I'm just like, damn, this is really cool looking, you know. So Matt Cave is jealous. I mean, like I'm just looking at it and going, wow, I'm impressed, you know. So all right, okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, okay, let's see. I'm laying on fingers here. Oh, this one looks like it's disc based. Because we've got that rectangular plastic case. So feels like it could be a DVD kind of thing. So let's pull it out. Let's see what it is. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So this is Deus Ex, and it's for the Xbox One. I didn't realize the Xbox One, uh, like I don't know. I didn't realize that it qualified for retro status at this point. I thought it was still like it's a system that's been around for like less than a decade, right? So this is Deus Ex Mankind Divided, the Day One edition. Uh let's see. Lord Forbidden Dex asks if it is factory sealed. It is, or at least it certainly appears to be. It's got the plastic around it, and there's even on the plastic, like there's a barcode on the plastic as well. So, as far as I can tell, yes, this is factory sealed. I don't think I have ever played any of the Deus Ex games. I'm not very familiar with the franchise, so if anyone would like to clue me in, but I mean, I don't see myself getting an Xbox One anytime soon. But with that said, I mean, like, again, um, this is one of those games that like I remember hearing about it. I think I may have seen a couple of Deus Ex commercials, and they looked pretty epic. So I'm kind of curious about this one. It's by Eidos and Square Enix, and I'm gonna go ahead and read the back of the of the package here. In 2029, mechanically augmented humans have been deemed outcasts and segregated from the rest of society. Adam Jensen, an elite covert agent armed with state of the art weapons and augmentations, must choose the right approach along with who to trust in order to unravel a vast worldwide conspiracy. So this looks like a pretty epic game. Um, Definitely one to keep in mind if I think about getting an Xbox One, maybe I'll keep it, but it's probably more likely that this would be something that I would look to trade in. So, all right. So, but okay, we've had 3 games and so far I've been impressed with every single one of these. Um I'm I've never subscribed to Video Games Monthly, but I mean, like after so far during this opening, I'm sitting here going, maybe I should consider it. You never know. So, all right. And Lorded Forbidden Dex is chatting with the Stream Elements bot. Yeah, yeah, he can be a little feisty sometimes. All right, next game. Okay, all right. We have got another disc-based entry. It looks like. Okay, as best I can tell, this one is not factory sealed. Let's see what it is. Ooh, for the Xbox 360, Dead Rising. Holy crap. Dead Rising is one of those games that I remember when the Xbox 360 first came out. Dead Rising was one of the most heavily marketed games for this system, and I've seen some of the gameplay. It's basically you during the zombie apocalypse, and there are like I think one scene puts you in a mall, another you basically you're trying to fight your way through it, and you are you can rescue people. I'm pretty sure there are some timed missions and stuff. And yeah, I remember watching people play this game and really enjoying that. So as the Lord of Forbidden Dex says, another banger, and I'm hard pressed to disagree. Holy moly. This is quite quite the unboxing. Okay. All right. I think I think there's one more in here. It feels like there's one more item in here. Another disc-based game, not factory sealed. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and just see what it is. All right, guys, I think this is going to be the last one. Ready? Here we go. It is for the PlayStation 3. This is Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed 2. Now, the only Assassin's Creed game that I have played is Assassin's Creed Black Flag for the Xbox 360. And essentially, the reason that I started playing Black Flag was because of the pirate ship elements. I used to play a game called Pirates by Sid Meier, and when I saw that you could take people's ships and everything, and then like form your own uh, pirate crew, for lack of a better term, I was very interested. Now, Assassin's Creed 2, to my understanding, is one of those games that is an excellent example of the series itself. Like, at least according to some videos that I've watched and everything, this is a really good example of the Assassin's Creed franchise. And so this is an interesting one. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a PlayStation 3. I have a PlayStation 5, And I guess we have a PlayStation 4 in the house somewhere, probably. So if I still have the PlayStation 4, it might be backwards compatible. I don't know for certain, but there is the possibility that it could be backwards compatible and I could play that game on my PlayStation 4. My understanding is that the PlayStation 5 will play games from the PS4, but it will not play games from the PlayStation 3. So, and I'm pretty sure that's everything. I'm going to just look in here just to make sure. All right, the box is empty, so we got everything. But oh my god, that was a dang good opening, and like everything that I have seen in this box is, oh my goodness, this is really cool. Even if I can't play them, it's still very much like, wow, these all look like bangers. So I think Matt Cave says that that one's another good trade-in option too. Says that we would need a PS3 console for that one. Okay. Um, but yeah, I'm telling you guys, man, at least after this opening, I am strongly considering putting in for a subscription and just being like, this is a solid company. Matt Cave, what is like how long have you had your subscription to video games monthly? And like I mean, I assume that you endorse them because you're regularly doing unboxings for, excuse me, for that company. But do you like generally speaking, I would assume you have a fairly high opinion of them. So, all right. Do any of my housemates have those systems? I doubt it. In this household, I'm pretty much the big gamer. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that someone might not have an old Nintendo 64 sitting around or a let me see, an Xbox One. I'm pretty sure none of us has an Xbox One. I'd be really surprised if that were the case. I've also, let me see, Spy Hunter is pretty much the only game that I can play immediately, but the uh the Nintendo 64 game, I'm telling you guys, I'm pretty sure I want to keep this one. Like this just seems like a really cool item to have from a collector standpoint as it is. So yeah, I don't know. All right. Matt Cave has been with Video Games Monthly since around November of 2022. He absolutely loves the service, plenty of subscription levels, and so many options for consoles to collect for. Yeah, I remember like scrolling down. I actually do have their page up, and I remember scrolling down through it, and I'm like, my God, like there is almost I can't think of anything. Like you've got Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the Genesis, the Nintendo 64, the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Sega Game Gear, PS1, 2, 3, and 4, I assume, the GameCube slash Japan GameCube, the Dreamcast, the Xbox, the Atari 2600, the Super Famicom, the Famicom, the Sega Master System. Wow. The Nintendo DS, the PSP, the Wii, the Wii U, the Xbox 360, in television, in television, the 3DS, the Xbox One, and the Sega Saturn Japan. I'm having a really hard time coming up with any consoles that you wouldn't be able to get, So yeah, keep that Japan import of Smash Bros. Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, could I play Xbox? Actually, so Xbox 360, yes. Actually, you are correct. Xbox 360 Dead Rising. I'm gonna move us from the overlay over to my chatting page here. But yeah, so Xbox 360, I actually do have an Xbox 360 in my like in my room. It's actually right next to my PC. So I could play Dead Rising. I forgot about that one. So I can play Spy Hunter and I can play Dead Rising. Like I could play those games tonight if I wanted to. Um, but essentially yes. But everything else, I would either keep for just collection purposes or as possibly as a trade-in. Um, Interesting here. I find this interesting. Take a look at this, guys. I'm just looking at the height of all of the games in the disc consoles. Take a look at this. I've got the bottoms flush for these, but the Xbox 360 package is noticeably taller than the PS3 and the Xbox One packaging. And I don't know. I just find that very interesting. I'm guessing that it's because like maybe they made it a little bit taller because it's platinum hits, or maybe the Xbox 360 just has taller packaging. I'm not certain, but I think it's, I don't know, it's just kind of like, I see a little height difference. You're a little short for a for an Xbox One, aren't you? So, all right. Lord of Forbidden Decks just checked. Probably won't be able to afford to get his own boxes for a while. Um, I did take a look at some of the options, and yeah, like there's the 3 up, which I think starts at 34.99, and then 4 up goes to 39.99 a month. 5 up is 44.99 a month, so $45. Um, the Power Pack, 10 games a month, $80, and then you get a mega box. That's 20 games a month. That's $153. So, that's I mean, for what you're getting, those are actually some pretty good prices. The 3 up basically comes out to about $12 per game. The 4 up is $10 per game. The 5 up is $9 a game, $8 a game for the power pack. That's the 10 a month. And then let's see, 153 by 20. That's about seven something per game. So, it's definitely not a bad deal in terms of the number of games you get. And I would imagine, I mean, and again, I've never, I've never subscribed to Video Games Monthly, but I assume the games are, of varying quality. You're going to get some bangers, and then you're going to get some that are like, I don't remember this one, or this one maybe wasn't as popular. But that's that's blind boxes for you. So let's see. Sadly, he's in Canada though, so most of those prices are close to double for you. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, and I mean that in so many ways. I feel like so many of the economic shenaniganeries going on are. Mm, I feel like my country has sometimes decided to shoot itself in the foot. So on behalf of that, at least, I do apologize. So it's definitely a good deal. Not saying they're overcharging anybody. Yeah, yeah, no, and I didn't mean to imply that. In fact, I'd say they're giving players a solid deal. Yeah, no, I would agree. I would agree. What year you play Xbox? Um, what year I play Xbox? I'm not sure I understand the question, Stevie. Would you be able to elaborate a little more? Welcome, by the way. So, yeah, VGM aims to make sure the games in the box at least meet the current value of the box. Good to know. But he has gotten some real bangers that he feels are worth a lot more. Yeah, yeah. I you know, I would imagine because I know video game collecting. I know that's a thing. I know that that is a. It's not only a hobby and a pastime, but I mean, like I've seen the market on old console games just go up and up over the years. And so a lot, a lot of people are treating it as not only a very expensive hobby, but in some cases, some people treat it like a business, which for me, for someone like me, I'm like, like I'll probably take some of these games, like probably like Assassin's Creed and the maybe Deus Ex, because I don't have either of those consoles, and I'm not going to be playing those games anytime soon, and I might like trade them in or something. Um, but like I, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why people would be trying to look at video games as a especially old video games as like a money making uh racket. And some people do that, and I'm just like, yeah, there are easier and better ways to make money, pal. There really are. So let's see. Matt Cave says that he also looks at it as that he's paying for an experience, which I mean, like, especially given that this is a regular occurrence for you, you got the experience not just of opening the box and being like, okay, all right, it's Christmas morning, what am I going to get? But yeah, like you get to share this with your community and your viewers and just be like, come check this out. And so that's really awesome. So, all right. I mean that, okay, Stevie Sanders means that his brother has an Xbox controller. He broke it in half. Oh, okay. All right. Um, yeah, I've got some type of Xbox controller that works with the Xbox 360 that I have. Hold on. Let's That is an old PlayStation 4 controller. I don't know where it is offhand, but I know that I have one because I played Spider-Man Friend or Foe on it probably about a year ago. And yeah, I've probably just put it away somewhere strategic. All of my gaming stuff, like I've got the Retron 5 here on the desk, and then I've also got the Nintendo Switch next to it. In fact, here, let me see if I can go back to this setup for a moment. And I'm going to just yoink the camera here. Sorry if this gets confusing, but we've got the Retron 5 right there on my desk. And then we've got the Nintendo Switch next to it. And as you can see, I keep a pretty cluttered desk. I I would apologize, but it's who I am, so I'm not going to. Um, but in any case, I've actually got a Nintendo 3DS and a Nintendo DS, and I've got some games for those as well, including some GBA games, which I should play on stream at some point. But I've also got a bunch of PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch. Like I've got the games and all of those other things in kind of a little entertainment center slash drawer area um beneath my TV. So all right. Uh Lord of Forbidden Decks, I think Stevie is trying to find out what year the system came out. It was in the early 2000s, right? The Xbox 360 came out around I want to say 2006 or 2007. Hold on, let me employ Google here real quick. What year did the Xbox 360 come out? November 22nd, 2005. So we're talking the mid-aughts, basically. So, man, it's a 20-year-old system. I remember when it was new. That's how old I am, guys. That is how old I am. So, um, and for anyone who happens to be wondering, I'm 47. So, but in any case, um, yeah, this is like it's one of those systems that like if you're looking for a replacement controller, you can probably find one at like a Game Over Video Games or pretty much any place that will deal in retro gaming consoles or games. You could probably find one on eBay. You could probably find one on Amazon. I don't imagine it would be terribly difficult to locate one, because I know that a lot of people were using Xbox 360 controllers to interface with their PCs for a while, and I know that because I was one of those people. So, but yeah, I would say mid to late aughts, basically 2005, smack in the middle. So but this was great. Again, I'm gonna just do a quick, um, quick recap of the games that I happened to get. We got Spy Hunter for the Nintendo Entertainment System. We got what appears to be a Japanese import of Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. I'm wow. I'm my head's still spinning a little bit at that one. That is really cool. We got a factory sealed Xbox One game, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, the Day One edition. Very, very cool right there. For the Xbox 360, we had Dead Rising, the Platinum Hits edition. So this is one of their best sellers. And then finally, I believe our final one was Assassin's Creed 3, or I'm sorry, Assassin's Creed 2 for the PlayStation 3, which again, really cool. Again, I don't have a PlayStation 3, so I would imagine if I'm going to do trade-ins for any of these, it's probably going to be these two. But again, I'm looking at these and I'm like, wow, these, I mean, at the very least, they look like bangers. I know that Assassin's Creed 2 has gotten a lot of positive press over the years. Not so sure about Deus Ex, but that's a skill issue on my part. I just don't know. So, um, but in any case, this was an experience that if I ever did this on my own, it would have been a while. I'm very, very cautious about doing stuff like this. But man, after experiencing firsthand the thrill of opening one of these, I gotta say, like, I'm considering, springing for one of those subscriptions. So, Matt Cave, uh, again, thank you very much for, you know, like I know you didn't just gift this to me. I happened to win it on your channel from a random drawing, but thank you so much. This is an experience that I would not have had for a very long time if it weren't for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. And I'm also just going to go ahead and give a shout out again to Video Games Monthly. Um, this at least based on this opening, uh, this is a quality company with a quality product. And again, Matt Cave has been with them for like 3 years at this point, nearly 3 years. So his word also says a lot to me. And I know I've tagged their YouTube channel in this post, but if anyone wants to, feel free to let like link them this live stream, let them know that I did the opening, and that I was more than satisfied. This was an excellent opening. So I just want to say thanks again to Matt Cave. Thank you to Video Games Monthly. I may be considering a subscription to them in the very near future. Um, but yeah, this has been great. If I do subscribe to these guys, you guys can count on a monthly unboxing in much the same way that Matt Cave does it. So but this has been great. So thanks again. This has been wonderful. And I think at this point I probably should I should probably wrap it up. I'm about to do another stream. It's a weekly stream that I call Let's Play Saturday. And so I'm going to be playing Hollow Knight in just a few minutes on this channel, but I'm going to have to head off before then. So if you guys want to join me for that, you are more than welcome to. I'm trying to finish Hollow Knight, hopefully before Silk Song comes out. But in the meantime, if not, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it very much. And uh, you know, I feel like I feel like almost a little bit like Tom Holland at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, I feel like, Matt Cave is like Toby Maguire and Video Games Monthly is like Andrew Garfield. And I just want to run up to both of them and just be like, thank you so much. Kind of like he did at the end of the movie. So in any case, guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. Thanks again to Matt Cave and to Video Games Monthly. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian. And until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.